So when I thought of what sort of like dessert, sort of sweet snack that my dad, I don't know if this is with most dads, but it was anything that was hard and could break your teeth. That from memory as a kid, those are the favorite ones. So brittle, those sesame snaps. I remember they were all over the house. They were under the car seat. They were everywhere, these sesame snaps, and they're delicious. But this is kind of, this is a brittle. This is a nice crispy way that you can do your own, and you can do it with, you can make your own sesame snaps if you want. But walnuts, definitely the feature today, and a delicious version.
I want to hear from people at home and people here about, is this a dad thing, the peanut brittle? No? Jeremy and I compared notes, and my dad would go crazy for it too. We'd see like a church fair or something, and he'd pull over, be like, he had the peanut brittle,
or like,
fence was tingling.
Yeah. Or like that Scotch toffee.
Yeah.
That was literally concrete.
Oh, that kind of hard candy.
Yeah. So we're using walnuts. Really, really simple. I've just kind of roughly crushed them. I like the big chunks, so I don't want to break them down too much. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Again, this is just preference, flavor. We tried a different ingredient today, chia seed. Anyone's used chia seed before? If you don't have chia seed, you can even use sesame seeds. You don't have to use any seeds, or even sunflower seeds. Pumpkin seeds work well. But this is a cool little seed. Sneaking in
fiber,
some protein.
Good source of protein, and also you're getting more of those omega-3 fatty acids. Mm-hmm. So this is quite the anti-inflammatory medley here.
And you can add them in raw. You don't have to cook them ahead of time. I like to toast them a little bit just to get some of that nuttiness, that toasted flavor in there. So for this binding, we're actually using maple syrup. Love maple syrup. It works fantastic for this kind of recipe. Some of the commercial versions, you'll find that they might use like a high fructose corn syrup, some things that you probably don't want to eat. So maple syrup is fantastic. 2 tablespoons. You don't need a lot.
Look for the 100% pure. That's a good way to know that it doesn't have corn syrup and other things mixed in. Mm-hmm.
And so that's it. 2 tablespoons. It might not look like enough. It looks kind of dry. Don't be tempted to add more. As this hits the oven, it'll distribute and it'll cover everything. So
you're really melting that down.
Yeah. So we're gonna put that onto our baking pan. The chia seeds just sticks everywhere. So you're just gonna have to try to scrape most of it off.
Can you use honey and stuff?
You can use a little honey. I find honey burns a lot faster. So as long as it's a gentle heat, it'll work. It'll be a little more toffee-ish as well. I'm not sure the exact reason why that happens, but I find that as the maple syrup cools, you get a nice kind of snap. And with the honey, it's a little softer. Yeah, but you can still use it, or even a combination of the two if you want.
Yeah, that would be good.
And so we're just going to spread it out. Now the key is to make sure that they're all kind of touching. If you have some lone walnuts off in the corner, they'll become their own separate brittle. But as long as they're kind of close together, any of that maple syrup will just attach to all of them. And that's going to go into the oven 350 for about 15 minutes. Does not take a long time at all. Keep an eye on them. You'll start to notice bubbles. Once you see those bubbles, it'll start to get a little bit darker. You can take them out. And let them cool. Do not jump into that brittle once it's hot. That is not a fun situation. Let it cool for about 10 minutes. You
want it to harden.
It's got to harden, exactly. Yeah, it'll be really soft at that point. So let this one cool. I made a big sheet. And this is what it looks like after.
I love the oohs and ahs. People are ready to snap off a piece of that.
And we'll get...
So a more interesting way to really get some nuts into your diet and enjoy it as a dessert.
And you can snap a piece off and you can kind of see that piece there, but it's, you have to taste it.